When he pressed his lips to hers, it was an impulsive, longing kiss filled with thankfulness. Victoria felt the tears coming. Oh, God! Oh, thank God! He kissed her again, more passionately, and she pressed against him, losing herself in his embrace. Their bodies locked, as if they had known each other for years. She forgot the fear and pain. She closed her eyes, weightless in the moment. It is God's will. Someone was yelling, his voice echoing in the Sistine Chapel. Who but the chosen one could have survived that diabolical explosion? Me, a voice reverberated from the back of the chapel. Mortati and the others turned in wonder at the bedraggled form coming up the center aisle. Mr. Langdon? Without a word, Langdon walked slowly to the front of the chapel. Vittoria Vetra entered too. Then two guards hurried in, pushing a cart with a large television on it. Langdon waited while they plugged it in, facing the cardinals. Then Langdon motioned for the guards to leave. They did, closing the door behind them. Now it was only Langdon, Victoria, and the cardinals. Langdon plugged the Sony Ruvy's output into the television. Then he pressed play. The television blared to life. The scene that materialized before the cardinals revealed the Pope's office. The video had been awkwardly filmed, as if by hidden camera. Off-center on the screen the Camerlengo stood in the dimness, in front of a fire. Although he appeared to be talking directly to the camera, it quickly became evident that he was speaking to someone else, whoever was making this video. Langdon told them the video was filmed by Maximilian Kohler, the director of CERN. Only an hour ago Kohler had secretly recorded his meeting with the Camerlengo by using a tiny camcorder covertly mounted under the arm of his wheelchair. Mortati and the cardinals watched in bewilderment. Although the conversation was already in progress, Langdon did not bother to rewind. Apparently, whatever Langdon wanted the cardinals to see was coming up. Leonardo Vetra kept diaries? The Camerlengo was saying. I suppose that is good news for CERN. If the diaries contain his processes for creating antimatter. They don't, Kohler said. You will be relieved to know those processes died with Leonardo. However, his diary spoke of something else. You. The Camerlengo looked troubled. I don't understand. They described a meeting Leonardo had last month. With you. The Camerlengo hesitated, then looked toward the door. Rocher should not have granted you access without consulting me. How did you get in here? Rocher knows the truth. I called earlier and told him what you have done. What I have done? Whatever story you told him, Rocher is a Swiss guard and far too faithful to this church to believe a bitter scientist over his Camerlengo. Actually, he is too faithful not to believe. He is so faithful that despite the evidence that one of his loyal guards had betrayed the church, he refused to accept it. All day long he has been searching for another explanation. So you gave him one. The truth. Shocking as it was. If Rocher believed you, he would have arrested me. No. I wouldn't let him. I offered him my silence in exchange for this meeting. The Camerlengo let out an odd laugh. You plan to blackmail the church with a story that no one will possibly believe? I have no need of blackmail. I simply want to hear the truth from your lips. Leonardo Vetra was a friend. The Camerlengo said nothing. He simply stared down at Kohler. Try this, Kohler snapped. About a month ago, Leonardo Vetra contacted you requesting an urgent audience with the Pope, an audience you granted because the Pope was an admirer of Leonardo's work and because Leonardo said it was an emergency. The Camerlengo turned to the fire. He said nothing. Leonardo came to the Vatican in great secrecy. He was betraying his daughter's confidence by coming here, a fact that troubled him deeply, but he felt he had no choice. His research had left him deeply conflicted and in need of spiritual guidance from the Church.